Hello everyone, Vincent Buterin here. Today we're going to be talking about Cosmos, or its ticker symbol, ATOM. So to give you guys an idea, ATOM has been up today. I think it's probably up further than any other cryptos, which hit around 12-13% at $4.90. But as the time that you watch this video, it may be higher. So it really caught my eye, mainly because it was just listed on Coinbase. I guess yesterday it went live on Coinbase, and then the day before it went online on a Coinbase Pro system. So right now, if you look at the stats on all the different exchanges, it's traded about 80% buy, 81% buy, and like 19% sell. So that's a really good sign. This may be because it's being offered on Coinbase, but it's being listed on a lot of other exchanges recently. I think by the end of this month, they're also doing on the Syndicate. It's going to be listed on Syndicate, which is the Crypto.com platform, and they're doing a 50% off. So I mean, it's hitting everywhere. And at $4.90, it's a really good price point. So what is Cosmos overall? Before I kind of give you guys some sort of prediction or whatever. Obviously for me, it's a buy. I think it's a great addition to a portfolio, short-term and long-term. And I think its performance is going to continue. But Cosmos essentially is, it's a cryptocurrency platform where you can build other projects and whatnot. It solves a few different problems, with the main one being scalability. It has this technology called Timbermint. This speeds up transactions. So just to give you guys an idea, like Visa processes about 6,000 transactions per second. Ethereum like PayPal processes about 200 per second. Ethereum processes 20 per second. Bitcoin between 3.5 and 7 per second. So you see a big difference there. Bitcoin Cash processes, some people are saying, between 120, some people are saying 150, but between 120 and 150. So it's kind of inching closer to what PayPal processes. Now, if you can guess, do you know how many transactions per second ATOM Cosmos can process? 10,000 transactions per second. That's actually a lot more than Visa. Now, just because Visa only processes 6,000 per second doesn't mean that it can't handle more. But when you're thinking about 10,000 transactions per second, that's a currency that can be used pretty much worldwide without any issue. So that's pretty exciting. Also, they have they've developed a kind of interface to make it easier for developers to understand and build, decentralized applications and blockchains on their blockchain. And they have a system that allows it to better communicate between blockchains. Because that's a big issue. You have one blockchain. It's not necessarily compatible with other blockchains. This allows it to communicate through a TCP/IP interface, something like that going on. So I didn't want to really get into too many of the technical aspects of Cosmos, but just to give you an overview, that's what they're doing. And I think the biggest selling point there is that they can process 10,000 transactions per second, which at the moment is the best solution as far as scalability that anybody's come up with this blockchain related. So that's very promising. But definitely give Cosmos a second look as far as your trading goes. I'm looking at a lot of cryptocurrencies now. It's a new year, a new time for profits. And the cryptocurrency market has been doing really well. It's very promising as far as, looking at BTC charts. Seeing BTC, hit new highs as far as, the past year. And the possibility of it continue to doing so, especially moving up towards the halving. There's a lot of debate when it comes to March, whether because it's always gone up pre-halving. But, some people debate that it was going up just because that was the trend and not necessarily because of the halving. But my sentiment is pretty positive because in the end, it's the sentiment and investors that's going to drive the price up or down. For me, I get excited about projects, but the big thing is the upside potential and profit, obviously. I'm not just getting into something to give away my money. Capito. And with that, I try to remind everybody, and I say this a lot, the most important thing, if you want to accumulate wealth, is to get out of this mind frame that you want to make money so you can spend money. And this is an attachment that I say it all the time. People want to make money. Why? Because it can buy the Lambo, it can buy the big house, it can buy this, it can buy that. And you have to get out of that mindset. You have to find joy in other activities that don't necessarily, mean spending money constantly. And you have to find joy in accumulating money and that sense of security. That's the only thing that's going to allow you to consistently invest, because the investor that wins is the investor that goes for the long term. I was thinking back about Years ago, when I was about 26, I had a year where I made like $350,000 that year. It was my first year that I did really well. And at the end of that year, after taxes, after everything, because during that year I bought a Porsche and sold it and bought another car, did a bunch of stupid things. But I ended up with like a $50,000 condo that I bought cash and a car. So it's like 20-something thousand dollars. And that's all I really had to show for that year. And I was so upset with myself. And that's still pretty decent if you think about it. But I wasted so much money. And I was like, how differently would it have been if instead of getting $350 in 1 year, I did 6 years at 50? I don't know. Point is that I had the opportunity to make a lot of mistakes and spend money. So now I'm not in that mind frame anymore. If I win the lottery tomorrow and somebody just hands me $10 million, I probably wouldn't spend any of it. I wouldn't even buy a new car. It would all go into investments and whatnot. And then maybe, I live off a little bit of the interest of the rewards. But not even that, really. You have to find joy in just saving money. It's a very difficult thing to do. But the first thing you should do, no matter what your situation, is just start a budget. So many people don't budget these days. They don't know exactly how much is coming in, how much is going out for your bills, and what you have to spare and where you're putting it. Everybody should have a 401k or Roth IRA. If you're a business owner, you should look into your taxes. You should making investments, your savings. Maybe get a Charles Schwab account. Put some money aside in traditional stocks, cryptocurrencies. So many avenues, and that consistency over years is what builds wealth. And credit, nobody can, underestimate credit. I used to be really against it. I used to buy all my properties cash and stuff. But there is a benefit to credit, especially if you're not a high earner. Fortunately, I've been able to buy a lot of things cash. But it's amazing that a lot of people, you could get yourself out of debt in a year. Even if you have like $200,000 in student loans. Start repaying them. Fix your credit. Get a credit card or a secured credit card and just make on-time payments. In just 1 year, you can completely turn around your financial situation, get out of renting, start building wealth. And that's what it's all about. So many people, they live for today. You want to go out to eat today instead of thinking about tomorrow, instead of thinking about next year. Now I think in terms of 5-10 years down the road. Think of that next time you want to go out and spend $100 on dinner. Grubhub is terrible at this. I'm kind of addicted to the Grubhub, but it makes things so tough because it's just so easy. Drop $30-$40 to have some food delivered to you when you can cook at home or something. And if you're trying to get somewhere and if you're trying to achieve financial independence, you got to resist those impulses. Find some passion in going to the gym. That really helped me. Helped me eat healthier, cook more at home, focus on the gym, and it occupies some of your time. This not wasted doing other things. That is the key. So take it for what it's worth. But no matter what your situation, I don't care if you're making $10 an hour. Maybe you can't afford a nice apartment. You live down. You have a shitty used car. Focus on fixing your credit. Try to get a better job. Put some money aside. 2 years down the road, you could be living a completely different type of life. And I see it a lot in cryptocurrencies. A lot of people are very passionate about cryptocurrency, but they really don't have a lot of money to invest. And it's a point of, just adjusting all of those different aspects of life, because what's going to carry you to success long-term in cryptocurrency are the same habits and attributes that are going to carry you success in other aspects of life and create financial independence anyway. And it's one of those things people want to day trade. They want to make the quick buck. But even if you gain 5,000% of your portfolio from today to tomorrow, would you be able to make that last? Somebody gave me $10 million when I was 26. I don't know what I would have left now, because my mindset wasn't right. You got to get your shit in order, per se, if that makes any sense. So, and nobody likes doing that stuff. Making a budget. That's not fun. Saving money. That's not fun. But once you get going, you can find passion in it. Don't let the TV and social media brainwashing you into buying things. And like in the movie said, what was it? Fight Club, Don't let the things you own end up owning you. And that is so true. So true. Lower your monthly, expenses. That's the biggest thing that changed for me. It's buying something cash, lowering my monthly expenses. It doesn't matter if you make $10K, $20K a month. Lower your expenses to where you only have a few bills. Next thing you know, you can live and pay your bills off $500 a month. The rest is all disposable income. Then you can start saving money. But no, people want it now. They want the dream house. They want it now. They want the nice things now because they feel like they deserved it because they put in the work. Nobody wants to push it back years down the road, but that's what it's going to take sometimes. So anyway, that's all I got to say. Leave me your comments. I'll try to actually put some time aside to start replying to comments. I haven't been very diligent at that. I don't know. It's rough out there, you know. It's another year, another opportunity to save and to be more diligent in building wealth and stuff. And I know in the end, you know, the fact that it's a new year really doesn't mean anything. It's just a calendar thing. But some people find that cathartic. And if you know, the fact that it's a new year kind of charges you up, you know, take that energy and put it into something. Go to the gym, save some money, stop going out to eat, budget, build your credit, buy a home, and move on. Hopefully maybe a duplex, triplex would be my advice. Or, you know, maybe something you can do like Airbnb rental or something. I don't know. There's a lot of things to discuss. But as always, you know, take a look at Atom. Take a look at, you know, Monero. Take a look at all these cryptos and things you can invest in. And try to save money. That's all you can do. And as always, buy red and sell green.